Hi there, I'm George Jackson. Welcome to my house. We're going to break down and talk about this great fiddle tune, Lonesome John, from the playing of John Salyer, the great Kentucky fiddler. This is a really fun kind of modal minor fiddle tune, and I'm going to break it down into little bits and explain what I'm doing. I'll go ahead and play it for you a few times around to get us started. It mostly hangs around a kind of minor tonality, or some might say modal tonality, but it's also kind of a little bit slidey, so we'll let our fingers kind of move a little bit in between the major and minor sounds. For the most part, if I was to pick a scale for this, it would be an A minor with a natural 6. Kind of, you could call that a Dorian mode, or you could just call it whatever this is. So open A, first finger, second finger back to get the minor sound, third finger, fourth finger, or open E, first finger in the forward position, so F sharp, and then second finger back, and then third finger regular. That's kind of the mode that we're in, although we'll have our second fingers kind of sliding up and down a little bit. Like that, which is a lot of fun. We'll also be kind of zeroing in on particularly on two techniques with our bow. The first is just a rocking bow on single strokes. So if you've checked out my video Bow Rocking 101, which is out there, that kind of describes what I'm talking about here. But to just break it out here by itself, it's basically like we're doing down, up, and adding the up and down with it. It's going to be a lot of that in this tune. And the other bow technique that we're going to be talking about is something that I call a dig. I call it a dig because your bow kind of, it makes a scoop. Maybe I should call it a scoop, but I call it a dig. You're like digging out a little hole, and this is how that goes. The dig. So basically what that is a down bow, and then we do this big U shape with our bow, da-dum, and we rock onto the higher string. So if I was to do that just separately, I would kind of start on the E string with the down bow, and then the dig would be A-E. We'll often do it with the double string to start. So those are the two bow techniques that we'll be zeroing in on mostly for this tune. Well, let's start breaking it down. The first phrase goes like this. Okay, so we're basically just heading up our minor scale here. Open A, 1, 2, 3, and we're going to hit our fourth finger. 4, 3, 2, open. A little bit of a slide there on our second finger. It is easiest to use your fourth finger if you can on this particular one. Otherwise, we end up doing a string crossing when we don't need to. So. We can actually start that with our first finger if we want before the bar. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. So like our first finger on the D string. So bowing wise, I'm doing it separate and then falling into that bow rocking. Separate and then bow rocking. All right. So that's our first phrase. The second phrase is very similar. Okay, so we're starting on the first finger on the D string with an up bow, open A, separates, and then when we reach our fourth finger, we do our dig that I was talking about before, which is dig, down and dig. So that's kind of like A, E, but we've got our fourth finger down. All right, second phrase. Up bow. Okay, first phrase, starting with an up bow also. Rocking. Dig. Okay, so that's first phrase and second phrase together. Of course, the third phrase is one for free because it's the first phrase again. We know that. Rocking. All right, and the ending phrase. Okay. I'm going separates here to start with. And then doing a few slurs there. Separate, 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 and then slur, and then separate. Dig. So I separate them out just for that one slur, except for that one slur. It's 3-2, that's the slur. And then open. With our third finger here on the D string, we can kind of hit a G, but we can slide it up a little bit. And then our dig. 2, 1, open, 3, 2, open, 3, fourth finger. Okay, we've got our whole A part there. We'll just go over the 4 sections one by one. First one, starting with an up bow. Second one. third one, which is the first one again. And our ending, starting with a down bow, separate bows, except for 3-2. The ending kind of finishes with that bow rocking feeling. A little bit. Okay, put it all together. Here's our A part. Okay, let's get a start on the second part here. Starting on the open E string, open 1, 2. And then third finger, but we're going to kind of push that second finger up a little bit so it leads to the third finger. Open 1, 2, 3. Open 1, 2, and 3, 2, open. I'm actually going to slur that on the way down. 3, 2 is a slur. And from then on, the rest of the of this part of the B part, I'm kind of going to be just focusing on that bow rocking. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and that kind of motion the whole time. We've got these quick little separates at the beginning, and then from then on, it's long. Okay, so that's our whole first part of the B part. There's 2 slurs. Open 1, 2. This one, 3, 2. And then 4, 3. That's just so that we're going. Okay, so the whole first little section. Okay, the second section here. We're going to start with an up bow because we're keeping this long bow rocking section going here. And that's where we're at. We're at an up bow. Finishing with a dig. So it's 2, 3, just fingers for a second. Open 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, open 3, 4. Now with the bowing, up bow, open 2. So there's about 3 slurs in a row there. Open 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, and then separate. Okay, of course, third section is the first section again. So we've got that one for free, starting with the quick separates. And then bow rocking. And you didn't realize it, but we'd learnt the whole tune because the ending is the same as the ending from the first part. All right, so let's go over the B section in 4 sections. Okay, so after those quick separates there, we get into that bow rocking motion. And then we're keeping that going through the second section here, which starts in an up bow. Okay, third section is the same as the first section. And then our ending, same as in the A part. With a quick separate bows there at the top. And then getting into our rocking. Okay, well, let's try and play the whole tune through nice and slowly. We're going to start with an up bow. 1, 2, 3. Okay, there we have it, Lonesome John. Hope you enjoyed that lesson, and I hope you enjoyed playing that tune. Please check out my Patreon page. I'm posting up lessons there every week, just the same same format as what you've just seen here, and it's a lot of fun. So I hope you'll join me. Catch you around.